My name is Kelly McCarty. I'm one of the nurse practitioners and providers at Integrated Wellness and Mental Health. If I haven't met you already, I hope to meet you someday face to face, but for now, this is our first installment in a series of videos that we're going to be doing covering different mental health topics. So if there are topics that you would really enjoy hearing about and learning more about, please feel free to leave comments on our Facebook page and let us know. We'll be happy to address those. But for today, the first topic we're going to be covering is self-care. Now, no matter what you do, no matter what job you have or how you spend your time, we live in a very crazy and chaotic and busy world. I don't think many people could argue with me on that one. And self-care is something that's often overlooked. But we know that it's important to pay attention to our psychological health and our emotional well-being. We know from research out there that chronic stress is related to increased mortality rates. It's related to chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and even some cancers. But in our culture, self-care is highly overlooked. There's large populations of people out there who don't know what it's like to live without daily depression, anxiety, stress, high stress levels. And although we can prescribe you some medications to help with that, and we're happy to do so, today I want to cover some things and practices that you can do at home to help increase your level of happiness and joy and decrease levels of depression, anxiety, and stress. We know that there are lots of benefits from taking time out to take care of yourself, to relax. Some of those are decreased heart rate, decreased blood pressure, more regulated blood sugar levels, decreased muscle tension, increased blood flow to large muscle groups that helps them function better, decreased chronic pain levels, better digestion, all good things. Those are just some of the benefits. And when you're thinking of self-care, I'm not necessarily talking just about things that you like doing, because I know I like sometimes to binge watch Netflix, or maybe some of you like to scroll through social media. That's a big one in our culture. Or pour that second, third, fourth glass of wine, or whatever option you choose. And although those things may be enjoyable for you, they are not the self-care that I'm referring to with the benefits that I'm referring to when I talk about self-care. So some of the other options that are associated with these benefits are things like getting outside, finding time to be out in nature, going to do some sort of physical activity with a friend. They could be things like being silly with your children or with your friends, choosing some acts of service or kindness that you can do for others, or even something as simple as just playing some of your favorite music and dancing around in your kitchen. These are things, the types of activities that are associated with some of those benefits, as well as increased release of what we call some of our happiness chemicals in our brains. So some of those are dopamine, which is related to increased motivation and reward. Oxytocin, sometimes known as the love chemical, is released when we feel loved, when we feel connected to people or animals. We get an extra release of that good chemical. Serotonin is one that helps maintain our emotions. It's connected to our well-being and our happiness. And then there's endorphins. They help with pain relief and relaxation. These are chemicals that are released when we push our body to the limit. You may have heard some people refer to something called a runner's high, and that's what they're talking about, is this release of endorphins. Now, you don't have to be a runner, although if you are, that's great. Maybe you're training for a race, but these endorphins can be released even with just a walk around the block. anything to get that heart rate up, get that blood pumping, do a little bit of exerting yourself causes a release of these endorphins, which are good for us. The things that we do to help take care of ourselves don't usually happen naturally. To become a habit, they have to be intentionally planned. Like I said, our culture doesn't value self-care. It's not something that we have automatically incorporated into our schedules, so we have to make it happen. Consider adding 5 or 10 minutes to your day or to your week to take time out for yourself. It doesn't have to be huge steps. It doesn't have to be perfect right out of the gate. One of my favorite expressions is, I am in progress. Working on progress, not on perfection. If I'm working on perfection, I'm never going to get there. And we're not setting ourselves up for failure. We're setting ourselves up for success. The journey of self-care is a lifelong goal, and it may be difficult and uncomfortable at first. But if you are committed, you will see long-term benefits. Staying consistent, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes to your week, you will start to see some benefits from that. Benefits of increased happiness and joy. And who doesn't want that? Nobody I know. So this is the first topic that we're covering. Let us know how we do. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time. Take care, y'all.